Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
This is Dr. J and Professor Spike streaming live from Long Island, New York, where it's a beautiful, beautiful summer/fall-like day.
Yes, and it's drier than Jersey.
Drier than Jersey. And the markets are not behaving the way we would like today.
No, they are not.
It's taking a respite from going up and doing the opposite. It's going down. Most of my portfolio is very red, very red. I got about 10, maybe 20% green. I don't know, something like that. We'll take a look at some of our favorite biotechs, Sava, maybe CRISPR.
VVBIV.
Down today. I have a list, though, that I presented. So we'll go through that list. Who's here with us today? Let's see. Anybody here with us?
Jig's crying about VVBIV and of course JMIA.
Encouraging Jiggly not to worry about Sava.
Yeah.
The CEO said, "Don't worry about Sava." The CEO said, "Don't worry." Does that mean we shouldn't worry?
People said, because he said, "I think," instead of "I am confident," or "I'll bet my left finger that."
Yeah, Remy said, "We're going to fight this all the way because truth and justice is on our side."
Right. And we don't want CUNY to be besmirched.
Right. Remy, and I quote, "I think these allegations are false." That's a very profound statement.
Right.
And Jiggly added, "Wow, they really are changing minds with that statement." But you know, Jiggly was good enough to make Sava jump to 60 pre-market.
That's true.
When I forgot to sell it. Did you forget to sell it also?
I wasn't going to sell at 60. I want to at least break even.
Well, you sell at 60 and you buy back at 50. That's not bad.
You know, one of these days I'm going to learn from you, Dr. J.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'm actually going to listen to what you say.
Jiggly's giving his opinion with an IMO. I think instead of I am confident or I believe, positions himself have plausible deniability if and when it goes to court. Jiggly, are you a lawyer? Is that what you are?
No, but he is old. The term plausible deniability was late 80s, mid 80s.
Jiggly's not having a good day. Between VVBIV and JMIA, Jiggly is thinking of jumping.
I am grumpy also.
Jiggly, how high is that window? You're liable to hurt yourself if you jump out the window.
He'll bounce back.
Yeah. Jiggly says he needs to do either buy more Sava or get out.
Right. Well, at least he's not talking about buying JMIA anymore.
Well, what worries me is if and when the next shoe drops, the doggone thing will go to 25. But if there are no more shoes to drop, and this all goes away, and the phase 3 trial begins in the fall, this thing will go to 100. So, you know, maybe you don't buy more, maybe you just hold. I think this is probably a hold.
Clench your butt cheeks and hold it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a hold. So Jiggly, don't buy more and don't sell, just hold. I think that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not adding any more.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm in that same spot.
The VVBIV did an ATM offering, but came back a bit. So I should have listened to Kamal at 370. Kamal, what if?
Yeah. Well, Kamal's a very wise man.
Kamal sold at 370. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Kamal is a very wise man, like you say.
Yeah. I was waiting to break even on that one too. My price is somewhat closer to
former Lehman man. Patrick Tang sold all his Sava at $62 pre-market. You see, he did what we should have done. Patrick did what we should have done. And I'm happy to be 100% cash in
Not to sell you.
time frame. Remy sounded like a used a used Excel salesman in the
That is funny.
Not to be trusted in my humble opinion. Patrick, that was a great, not a good move, not a very good move, but a great move. Really good move. Proud of you, Patrick. Jiggly, 100% cash. Who does that? I need action, David. I'd rather lose a bit than be on the sidelines.
That's the people in Wine Watch said.
Jiggly is a card counter. Jiggly is a casino guy. So Jiggly needs the action. It's in his blood.
Right.
Jiggly, just ease into positions on dips. Being in cash costs you 3% a year. Okay. That's an interesting figure. Dan, I sold my Sava in the PM, in the pre-market also. We'll buy back if it dips to 50. Dan, another astute player. Wow, Patrick and Dan, you guys get the gold stars today. You see, they did what I thought about doing, and they actually did it. All right. Jiggly, I think Sava is going to wash out. Something doesn't seem right. Yeah, well, it doesn't seem right when one allegation after another comes out. I agree.
Well, it's only that one. You know.
Well, really that one that was.
Yeah, I'm still.
Jiggly is
holding out hope.
Still dwelling on the word thinks. Jiggly is pondering buying ACIU, which completely washed out since the pop and is now lower than before the data was released. Jiggly, I'm getting killed on that one. Dr. J made 5 buys on Tuesday, one of which was ACIU, and that one was the big mistake. The other 4 were absolutely fine, but that one hurts. I actually added before the show today. So I'm averaging down on ACIU.
Oh, okay.
We ought to show the chart on ACIU.
All right, I'll put on the list.
ACIU actually had very good results for cognitive impairment. It improved by 45%. It's just functionality didn't do anything for. Now I don't understand how that could be. If you show cognitive improvement, how could you not show an improvement in functionality? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Jiggly's looking to buy at $6.79 on ACIU. Jiggly goes shopping like at Macy's, you know. Dan is 85% cash now, only investing in solid PDUFA data plays. There's a lot of PDUFA plays coming up. So we could review some of those. I don't know if any of them are solid. Lately with the FDA, everything is a coin flip.
Nah.
Class action schedule.
Well, it's not a class action yet. It's some guy with an opinion.
Patrick is explaining the I think.
Yeah, I know. They're all jumping on that.
And Bloomberg is calling Sava a meme stock.
Meme. Right. Well, I don't know.
This conversation has been going on for a long, long time. Professor Omar joined the crowd.
Yeah, no, Professor Omar's a little bit. What was he? What were you? He doesn't like Lucid, which I don't blame him. And he's, what, you're okay with VBIV?
I don't know what stock we're talking about with Sean.
Oh, that's Lucid.
Oh, ChargePoint, we're going to chart that today.
Yeah, we'll do that one too.
I have it on my
We
list.
have to.
And
all right, well.
Jiggly is saying that if he had sold it, it would be down. Nah, Jiggly, you can't have that.
Yeah, right.
Can't have that.
So, almost drawing a line in the sand for Lucid at $20.70.
Professor Omar says buy Lucid above 2070. So maybe if we have time, we look at Lucid also.
Yeah, it's on my list.
We're talking strike price on 20 for the options, whatever it is. All right, so let's share screen.
Yep.
Whoops. Why can't I see this? You don't see the screen?
No, the screen was there for a second, then it was gone.
I see it.
If need be, I can do it.
You got it now, right? You have it now?
Nope.
No?
No. Yeah, Kamal's smart. He said he might buy VBIV back at 3 1/4. That's make yourself a nice little profit in between. I like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you want, I can do it. If it's not working for you.
I'm just not understanding what's wrong. I have it. Oh, maybe I didn't add it to the stream.
There we go.
Now it's good. Now we got it. All right. So Yahoo Finance. And let's just check on the markets. Its S&P is actually not bad. It's flat on the day, down 2 points. The Dow 30 is down only 0.15%. That's not bad either, 50 points. The NASDAQ is actually up 0.14%. And the Russell is down 0.46%. That's the biggest loser, the Russell. And crude oil is down fractionally, and gold is up quite a bit today, $24 to 1836.20. Which one of our losers should we try first? VBIV?
Oh, yes, VBIV would be a very good idea to start.
Yeah, we'll start with loser number 1.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, like
we
I
have
said,
about 10 losers to look at. Loser number 1 is down.
Kamal is actually making a move on VBIV.
All right. How much money did I want to raise? Did they say?
Well, I'm not even sure, to be perfectly honest with you.
Look, you know, raising money is not necessarily a bad thing. All these biotechs do it. They have
Yeah,
to.
I think it's just a timing issue.
Yeah.
So right now it's 345.
They do it at the right time when they're up, as opposed to
Right,
down.
I know, but it wasn't even like a strong up, in my opinion. But it was, I guess they found that little opportunity.
You know, this is a beautiful
125 million is what they're looking for.
This is a very bullish candle today, even though it's down on the day. You see this green candle? It's very bullish.
Yep.
Solid green. It opened much lower, in other words. It opened the day for trading at 330. So this is a 15-cent bounce back, and it went as high as 351. That's not bad. You know, I don't.
Almost says if it goes above 360 to go higher, but that sounds like a big if to me.
I almost don't mind this candle. I think if it pulls down to the 200, you know, all of the averages are together practically. The 200, the 50, and the 100 are very close. Let's see how close they are. The 50 is at $3.18, the lowest. The 9 is at 348, above where we're trading. The 100 is at 322, and the 200 is at 323. So they're all very, very close. I mean, it's possible it goes down to test that 320 area, but I really, really like it at that area. At the 320 area, it looks really solid. And then you're looking at support here also at 322 from the high of the day on August the 4th. So August the 4th is a key high. Let's draw that horizontal in at 322. That's looks like solid support. Let's draw that. In other words, I'm just going to view this as an opportunity to add to my collection on VBIV. I'm not panicking at all on this one.
Okay.
Don't mind it. So solid green candle. Let's see if it can finish the day even stronger. Even if it doesn't, even if it closes like midway, middle of the candle, 338, something like that, I'm still okay with it. And I'm okay with it even if it goes to that 325 area. If it starts to go lower than that, around the $3 area, then I'd be worried. But for now, I'm not worried. So VBIV is okay. Put a check mark on VBIV.
Okay.
What else do we have today? BCRX?
Yeah, we might as well do that.
This one is slipping a lot. I don't like it. This I don't like. It seems to have made a high a couple of days ago in the 16s. 15.59 down 32 cents. Percentage-wise, it's 2% even. So we have a 2% slide on BCRX. And a high today was Tuesday when we were on.
Right.
At 1638 was the high of the week.
Yeah, we were thinking things were just going to go up from there.
Yeah, and that would be resistance at this point, 1638.
Yeah,
So
right.
1638 is near-term resistance. That 1638 level, if it takes that out, then you're looking at a potential nice move back to the 17, maybe back to the 1750 area. We have our trading range between 1750 and what is this about $14. So we still have that main trading range.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking that $14 was never going to be reachable, but now I'm starting to change my mind.
$14 to $17.50 is the trading range. And I like what I did for the September options is on a good portion of my shares, I wrote calls and I wrote puts. I did. I'm looking for a close right here between 15 and 16 is fine by me mid-September, before the September expiry. But
Right.
I'd rather trend up than trend down. That's the thing. It's doing pretty much what I thought it would be doing at this point. You know, filling back and forth a little bit. I'm not worried.
I guess till earnings.
I'm not really worried about BCRX.
Right.
I'm not worried about VBIV. Let's draw the parallel channel in here. So we have a nice, actually it's a nice ascending channel. This is at the bottom of the channel. It looks like a buy at this point, if anything. More like a buy than a sell. More like a buy than a sell. If you, at this point, I would rate it more of a buy than a sell. You want to swing it, you could swing it back to that $17 level.
Take care, Omar.
At this point, it's more of a buy than a sell. That's how I see it. All right. What?
Why don't we look at Lucid right now, since
Okay.
a couple of people have been on that. I mean, Professor Omar just left, even though he had some opinions about it.
Okay. Lucid up 44 cents on the day to $19. At least it's up on the day, on a down day, slightly down day. That's a good sign.
What do you say? Are you saying nibble or no?
Well, I want to see the picture a little clearer,
Right.
because every time I load it, Yahoo gets Verizon reloads it for me. For whatever reason, it needs to load twice, and then it's happy on my screen. So up is a good thing. Up 2.4% today. That's the candle that's today's candle, and we're trading. The 50 is trading above the 100, is trading above the 200. So it's still a somewhat bullish picture, but the problem is the price action. The price is way below the 200. So this has to move up quickly, otherwise this picture will start to reverse.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to fill this gap from Wednesday, I guess, or Tuesday, whatever day it is.
I mean, I knew this would happen after the merger, but this is like almost a month after the merger.
Yeah, the 31st of August, it collapsed a little bit, right?
Yeah, and that was from the merger, and I thought that was all the bloodletting we were going to see, but I guess I was wrong.
The close of 1996, it would be filling the gap. And if it fills that gap, it would make me very happy. 1996, fill that gap.
You wouldn't average down until it filled the gap. If you were me.
Right now, it just looks like there's better things to probably go into. So if I owned it, I'd probably hold it. I don't own this one anymore.
Yeah, no, I've been in this one forever.
This is an interesting play. The index, the ETF for the Russell.
Oh, right.
We've looked at this a number of times.
We have.
Trading range from 234 to 209, or let's say 210 to 234. 24-point trading range, really.
You have how long a horizon you have here? Because we've been saying that since January, this thing's been in a range.
That's right. Since January, it's been filling and going up and going down between that range. So you've had numerous opportunities to swing this, and it looks like now we might have topped at 230. As we have a fairly big sell-off today, considering the other averages are barely down. This is down 0.75%. So relatively speaking, it's weak today. And that's probably reflected in the biotechs as well. So I think I'm not going to bother drawing the lines. We know where those lines are.
Right.
There's an opportunity to make money shorting it as it gets closer to 235 and going long as it gets closer to 210. And you can also play around with puts and calls on this. I've been making money doing that. I play the weekly options on this one, and this week when it was at 220, what was it on Monday? Let's see. Friday, this would be the candle on Monday. High of 227, low of 225. somewhere in here, I bought I wrote the put and I wrote the call.
Huh.
I know I bought the call. I actually went long on the call. So I went long on the call. My strike price was 227. I got out yesterday, so my timing was good. I made out on the calls, and my puts. I'm going to get the 100% premium on my puts because it's going to close above. It should close above wherever my put strike price was. I forget 223. If it collapses below 223, then I don't give a darn what happens. I'm selling everything. So I should make out on my puts. I made out both ways this week. It was a good bet this week for me. For next week, I'll let you know. Maybe I'll let you know on Sunday what I'm planning to do.
Well, when's expiration on these?
Weekly, every Friday.
Okay.
I usually go in on Monday, out on Thursday, or sometimes out on Friday. And sometimes if I'm in the money, I may not cash out my calls. I might just relinquish some shares, or if I'm in the money on the puts, I might take the shares. I might buy them. So you don't have to cover your calls and puts. You can have the option if you own shares of relinquishing them, and if you don't own shares of buying them. If you're in the money on the puts, and that you wrote the puts. Atheists. I want to look at Atheists.
Yeah.
Atheists actually had a little pop, right? Not today.
Well.
Not today, but it has a
Yeah,
nice
yesterday. And then it gave back a lot.
Yesterday was a beautiful day for Atheists longs. I am again an Atheists long, but a fractional part of what I originally owned. But I have my eye on it, and I have my hand on the buy button. So it was repelled by the 200 today. If you notice, it got up there.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. The high 178 was the high today. The 200 is 178.14. So it was repelled by the 200. Yesterday, it was also repelled by the 200. The 200, would you say the 200 is near-term resistance?
Seems so.
I would say so. Near-term resistance is the high of the day today at 178. And if we get through that, yeah, I kind of think you got to buy. You're looking at let's look at the weekly. I think there's very little but air. Well, you got a little resistance up here.
Right.
At 198. So I think if it gets past 178, 198 looks like the next stop. So we're heading back in the right direction.
We're waiting on that data. Data any day now, right, Chick?
Well, the data any day now is still meaningless data because it's just going to say a ischemic stroke trial has been enrolled, fully enrolled. In fact, that might have even happened. I'm not looking at the news on Atheists. For all I know, that
anything.
I'm not sure. It's way overdue. Way overdue.
Yeah.
That trial.
He was excited about this for at least a couple of hours.
Well, Pete is the main Atheists guy at this point that follows the show.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm waiting for the ischemic stroke data. It's a matter of timing. I mean, it's two things. One, I mean, it's really not that simple to work out perfectly. You got to time the announcements with this one. It pops on news, and then it usually gives it all back. So you really got to time it on this one, and it's going to be still 6 months at least before we get top line data on the stroke trial in Japan, and probably not much difference before we get some data report on odds that Atheists is running.
Right.
So maybe
someone tells me my miso is going to come back before that does.
Yeah, I mean, this one is always late. It's kind of like the Jewish holidays are never on time. They're either late or early, but never on time. This one's always late. It's the same thing. All right.
Mark's enrollment was completed on August 10th.
Yeah, this one, I've been nibbling all along on this one since it bottomed at 135, just to get back in, just in case it starts to move. And I don't have a huge position like I used to, but I have a position. And you know, I'm not wildly enthusiastic, but I'm enthusiastic at this point. Somewhat enthusiastic.
Funny jinx.
All right. So,
do you want to do ChargePoint?
Yes, I just wanted to point out that there is life in Atheists.
Okay, good. And I think we should come off the weekly.
Okay. Well, being that we're on the weekly, let's take a look at the weekly.
All right. Fine, why not?
ChargePoint is hanging around support levels. Maybe it's a stock before its time. Maybe when the electric vehicles outnumber the gas vehicles, this one will be looking at $60, not $21. But for now, maybe it's a stock before its time. People don't realize its potential. And you could see from the support that I drew in, that we're right around support. Let's switch to the daily. I'm gonna.
What are those candles telling you?
I'm getting rid of the drawings because they were just broken through and they're worth. So the resistance is right where we are at the high of the day, today and yesterday. That's clearly the resistance.
Yeah, we thought we had a nice W going.
Yeah, the resistance is right up here around 2377 around there. What was the high of the day today? 2379. Yesterday's high, 2380. So 2380 is resistance. It slipped way off of that, and it's gone to support at the 9. The 9-day looks like support. The low was 2184. The 9 was 21. The 9-day was 2173, right? Yeah, 2173. So it went right down to the 9, or very close, and now it's trading somewhere in between the high of the day and that 9. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a little move up before the end of the day. Maybe try to close in the middle of this candle.
Gotcha.
I would like a close above 2270. That would make me happy if I owned this one. So I want to close above this key level, 2270. 2270 is where I want to close right above here. If it comes back to close above 2270, I'd be very happy if I were owner of ChargePoint. And also we have clear support all the way down here at the low of the day on August 30th, which was Monday. The low of the day was 2073. So that's clear support, 2073. And the resistance is right where we were trading at the highs today. So we've been trading between resistance and support. We want to ultimately break out of this. So we want to break this 2380 level. We want to go through that. And if we ever take out 2668, then we can make a nice move. So that's really a key level up here. I'll draw it in, 2668. So that's ChargePoint, trading between the lines. Over the last few weeks, we have established a new trading range from 20 and change to 2280. What else do we want to look at?
Well, we still have some stuff on your list. I'll make it a dealer's choice. We have Sava, Dermatech, and PaySafe.
Sava we talked about at the beginning of the show. I think that maybe we can refute all these charges, maybe. And that sent the stock up to 62, where Dan and Patrick were smart enough to sell this morning in the pre-market. And now we're down significantly to 52, as maybe those words of the CEO were parsed more carefully. I think, therefore I am, might not have flown. Who said that? I think, therefore I am.
Descartes.
Yeah. Did he play the market?
Did Descartes play the market? Good question.
Yeah, did he play the market?
Oh.
So we're clearly
this way. He would be the father of charting anyway if he did.
Yeah. He likes coordinate axes. He was a mathematician too, right?
Oh, he invented the Cartesian plane.
Yes, certainly. So
I know about him. And the Cartesian product.
He likes the X and the Y's. So the low is 49.29, and that's where we stand. We're right, we're at support. And until we break, I'm trying to look at a clue for when to buy this thing. I guess you want to buy it if we at least take out 6207, perhaps would be a good time to come in. I think that would be a good time to come in. How's that? I'll use Remy.
Well, a bunch of people sold this morning at 64.
Yeah, no, it's 62.
So if they're gonna buy, they should buy the bargain.
Yeah, pre-market doesn't count on
I see.
News. First of all, there was no news. It was just all hype. I think, therefore, I am. Okay, so there we have resistance right about here and here. So we have resistance in these two places. And we want to close the gap to $70.85. Then you could really get excited. First of all, you will have made a lot of money if it closes that kind of gap. $50 now, $70 is a very big move. That would be a 40% move at this point. it actually doesn't. It makes sense to at least hold this because on any kind of good news, this is going up 40-50%.
Right.
So I think it's worth at least holding a small amount of it, definitely. I think, therefore, I am. Whatever he has to say, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I would be a holder or a buyer even of this one. What was the others on my list?
PaySafe.
PaySafe, PSFE. We haven't looked at this one in a long time. Cabinet guy is so depressed he hasn't been coming lately.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can give him a good report.
Well, not at the moment. Well, maybe. I don't know.
It certainly has.
I'm not happy with
it. It looks like it's bottom though, Professor Spike. I think we bottomed here.
Okay.
And we have. I'm trying to lift this up. I hope it doesn't. Hope it lets me.
Yeah, you should be okay now.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. The low of 806 and double low of 806 2 days in a row looks good to me here. Finally, this might be a good time to actually go in. It's put in, and you know where the bottom is. You didn't know where it was for a very long time, but now you know where the bottom is. At least you know that. So 806 is the bottom, and we're making new highs. This high of August 24th was taken out of 903. It was taken out even today, although it's back to 903 now. So let me just draw that little line in there.
Right.
So
Right in the middle of the candle.
It's clear-cut resistance at 903 where we're trading. So close above this 903 level. 905 would be even better.
Right.
Close above 905 is very bullish. I think this one at this point is finally worth owning. Look, even if it just closes the gap to 1079, what is that? 1020, it's still a nice move at this point. It's over a 10% move. I think this one is worth owning. And at least I think it's going to at least close this gap. That's what I think. So I think this gap gets closed right here. So we have a nice target at $10. We have a nice support at $8. I like this one very much right now. It's been in a very long downtrend. I think it's certainly plausible that it's turning around at these levels. I like it, and I like it a lot. And what was the last one?
Dermatech.
Dermatech. Did I have that listed? I don't think so.
No, you didn't, but there's some requests for it.
Okay. Dermatech is not doing badly. Not doing badly at all. It also put in a clear bottom. I like the movement on this one, the price action over the last week and a half. Looks very nice, creeping back up. Very nice. I mean, we made a clear low here at $30.83 on August the 20th. And we've been coming back strong. Coming back strong. I like this one. It's been coming back every day. Let's draw the trend line in here.
And funny thing is that Jiggy's asking when
All right, I got
to download.
Dermatech looks good. I mean, even though the picture is clearly not bullish yet, we have the 200 above the 100,
Right.
above the 50. But notice we finally got the 9-day trading above the 50 back here on 9/1. And I think we're going to continue rallying. We break through the 200. We want to at least break through the 200 here.
That's probably, Jig, that would probably be a spot to keep an eye out. You still have a run to that line.
Yeah. The 200 looks like could be resistance, but also we have clear-cut resistance a little above that. This is very key.
Right.
This will get me excited if it takes out the high of August 9th.
Yeah, that's the number. So let's call that resistance.
39.45. So if we go to 39.50, that area, there's no reason why it can't just continue on as high as
39.50, he said.
39.50 is super key. The move to that level, and we can get a move to the $50 a share. So I like that level a lot. I'm very happy with my Dermatech action. I do own Dermatech. So I'm glad that this spot was requested. I might actually add to my Dermatech today.
I've been holding on to this one for a while.
Yeah. So how are we doing on time? We did the hour?
We have, it's 46 minutes.
Oh, that's enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do anything, the only two things that, you have a couple on your list that we didn't do yet, but as far as requests was CTIC and ACIU, which were two things that we talked about already.
ACIU is on my list. ACIU
No, it's not.
Is on my list.
What's on your list? What's on your list is PAVM and APPS.
Apps. That's been a nice mover. We should look at that.
All right.
Sherry Kennedy pointed this one out to me, and I've been buying it since the high 40s. So I'm very happy with this one. Thank you, Sherry, if you're listening.
She'll be on later on the recording.
Probably. Yeah, this one has made a phenomenal move. Remember I said the low down here, 47.57. At that point in time, I wasn't sure it was going to hold, and I said it could go to 41.42. It didn't,
Right.
and it started going up. We had news and a top, and it's been one of the best performers over the last couple of weeks of any biotech, moving from a low of 47 to a high of 65.29 today. So it's a very nice move. Very happy with this one. At this point, the 200 is above the 100 is above the 50. We want to try to get these things straightened out. But the 9-day is coming back like an express train. So at this rate, if it takes out recent highs at 66.89, it looks like the next key level is here. Very key level. I can't get a reading on this. 67.57 is a very key level. Let's draw that in. So this has been a super mover, a super stock to own. Thank you, Sherry. Very nice move. At this point, can you still buy it? Absolutely. And average in, buy on dips, comes back to the 50, buy. So I like this one a lot. All right. I just want to look at ACIU. And so I know it was requested also.
Yeah, ACIU and CTIC were the two that were requested.
Yeah. Look at this move that we had on ACIU the day that I bought it. That's an incredible move. It did nothing but go down on Tuesday.
Oh, is that before you bought it?
I bought it somewhere in the middle of that red line, red candle. Paid about $11.
Yucky pose, what they say on that one.
Then I bought it again in the $8 area, and I bought it again today. So I'm underwater. But, you know, look, the news on this, although it was old news, it caused it to pop, was the Roche collaboration with ACIU. Roche is collaborating on an Alzheimer's drug. The data showed 45% increase in cognition, but no functionality gains. And I'm not clear on how that could be. If the cognition for the Alzheimer's patient improves by 45%, how could there be no functionality gain? It seems inconceivable to me. But just that one number alone, I would think makes it worthwhile to a viable drug. I think it's a viable drug just on that one number alone, even though the endpoints required both functionality and cognitive gain.
Right.
So,
and some of those metrics seem a little weird to me, but that's because I'm a mathematician, not a scientist.
What did you? What was
in other words, in the discussion of Alzheimer's, they're talking about 6 months. Now we're talking about people who are in their 80s, and we're talking about 6 months. But these are the metrics they use.
Yeah.
So the fact is that there probably is a distinction between the two that's important to the scientists that we're just not aware of.
Probably. But like you say, for older people, their functionalities could decline regardless of whether they have Alzheimer's.
That's a very good point.
So I would think cognitive gain is the main thing. What do I know?
Maybe it just increases everybody's frustration.
I do know that this chart is still good, even though it spiked and collapsed, because it's still trending up. So we have trend line support, and I'm not afraid to buy, and add to my collection. Fortunately, my first buy, which was up around here somewhere, my first buy was maybe in this area.
The trend line is still your friend.
I think my first buy was in the 11s, and then I bought in the 8s, and I bought before the show today. And today we're up 17 pennies. And I think this is an excellent time to be adding to your collection. Someone on Twitter, I don't remember who, asked me my opinion on this one. So my opinion on this one is, from a technical point of view, it's nice. It looks good. From a fundamental point of view, I think it looks good. So I like it all around. I'm adding it to my AD collection, so to speak, which consists of a Novus, Sava, a CTIC. What else do I own?
And AVXL.
AVXL, thank you. And you own INMD, and I own ACIU. And it's kind of like a collection, like you collect stamps or you collect baseball cards. You collect Alzheimer's drug stocks. Now I did them all on my list.
Well, like I said, there's still a discussion on CTIC if you have an opinion. And then we can say goodbye to people.
PAVM was one of my buys on.
Oh, yeah, PAVM, right. That's another one on your list.
PAVM actually making money on. I've added to this.
Oh, yeah, that's why you had to bring it up. Look at that.
The chart is tremendous. I keep adding to it. I see no reason to stop adding. It looks quite good. PAVM chart is very, very beautiful. You know, it just makes new highs every day. It's a beautiful chart. So there's nothing to say except buy and buy on pullback. Buy every day. Just keep buying as long as it keeps going up. I like this one. Technically, it looks beautiful. And you got everything going for you. The 9 is above the 50, is above the 100, is above the 200. Beautiful bullish chart on PAVM.
So what's the middle of that big green candle?
The middle of this
if I'm looking for an entry point.
The open and the close, 740 to 811, 70 cents, 35, 775.
Okay.
775 would be the middle. I'll draw in something like that.
You like the top of that little hill, right? That little local maximum.
That's right. Where this high is, that'll roughly get it. Right in there, 781. This high was 779. Let's say 779. So that would be that's a beautiful looking support area as well as an entry point. Both support at 779, enter at 779 or a little higher. So there's your meat, Jake. You know, PAVM is a beautiful, one of the most beautiful biotech charts over the last few weeks, along with APPS. Right. There's been a few that are really doing nicely. This came from 491 back in mid-July. So we almost have a double in a few months on PAVM. There was one more, CTIC? CTIC, yeah. And then we could call it a show. That's great. I feel good about today's show. I feel good about the stocks I own after reviewing some of these charts. It's, you know, one bad day like today is not the end of the world. We're down 4 pennies, which is 1.32% to 303. But this has had a nice little run from 2.25, I believe. Let's see where the lows were. 221 back in July. 221 to a high of, I think, 3.25. 328 just yesterday. So this is a beautiful chart. A little pullback is to be expected after this phenomenal run. PDUFA in the end of November on MF. I think they will get approval. I think if we get a pullback, let's say to the 9 at 293, it's just a buying opportunity. So I like CTIC. I've been buying it. I just keep buying it. I don't know. You know, we had this a while ago because of all the stuff it's doing for blood cancers, and then it sort of got a little bit, shall I say, boring. This one has a triple play, right? It's pacritinib. It's for COVID. It's a COVID play. Because because if people think that monoclonal antibodies are the way to treat this thing, then this might be a player. This is not a monoclonal antibody. This is a that's right. It's an IB, not an AB. You're right. This is a JAK inhibitor. Right. JAK2 inhibitor, I believe. It's an IB, not an AB. It's an IB, right. Pacritinib. Yeah, but it's a good one, I think. I think it's got promise. And Insight Pharmaceuticals, I think, has the main drug for JAK inhibitors called Jakafi, and they're expanding their use for that as well. And I think there's a PDUFA on Insight as well coming up. This one has a PDUFA for the end of November. I think we will get a PDUFA run to the $4 or $5 level. Pre-PDUFA. Okay, that's it for today. Yeah, it's a show. We hit it right on the hour. We did good. Did we do
I'd say.
good? If
I
we
don't
did
think.
good,
I think the audience should be pretty happy with us.
if we did good, we need thumbs up.
Right.
We also need subscribers. You know, we only have 2,600 subscribers. I want 26,000.
Okay, here we go. All right. So
If
that
I
means
get
the word's got to go out.
Then I promise I will shave before every show and smile more. Cabinet guy is
Who suggested that?
Cabinet guy, I think there's hope, light at the end of the tunnel for psfe. So from the Green Mountain states, I think they're looking a little greener these days for cabinet guy. Kamal, you keep safe, man. Good to see you, Kamal.
Yeah, thanks.
So
Maybe I'll request you on Twitch.
Now, P-Ing, we haven't seen P-Ing in a while, and we haven't seen Jackie in a while.
No, Jackie's probably a little busy.
Jackie, I own a 10-cent stock, 12-cent stock with AABB. You might want to look at that. Let me know what you think. I know Jackie's into these pennies.
She's probably still crying over.
Sound by Ramily is the one who wanted me to chart. I forget. PAVM, I guess. No, it was another.
No, there was something else, but we did it. We honored that.
Sounds by Ramily wanted me to chart ACIU as well, and we did.
No, we
took care of most do your own due diligence. What do they have to do? People have to do their own due diligence. Our opinions are strictly due diligence. Any investment advice, check with an advisor before you, all of that stuff. Adios, amigos. Have a great weekend. The week
nice weekend.
We'll have another good week next week. Great weekend. Have a great weekend, Professor Spike.
You as well.
Have a nice weekend. Ciao.